Assalamualaikum. Welcome back to Puji Lestari channel. In this meeting, I discuss about perspectives in education and language teaching principle. First of all, there are some expression of the student when the teacher asks, "How are you?" and the student give the response about their condition. They can be sick, sleepy, happy, super, mad, so-so, or I'm good, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm sad, or I'm bad. There is an English proverb that a good education can change anyone. A good teacher can change everything. Actually, there are 5 habits of an effective teacher. The first one is enjoys teaching. The second one embraces change. The third one is spreads positivity. Number 4 is finds inspiration. And number 5, a teacher can make a difference. When someone teach or the teacher teach, they can be a facilitate thinking. So the teacher usually say that I facilitate thinking, I encourage risks, I engage minds, I cheer for little accomplishment, I develop lifelong readers, I make learning fun, I educate hearts, I model kindness, I listen with my heart, and I love my job. So there are some purposes for the teacher in teaching and learning process. And then we move to what is instruction. Based on Cambridge Dictionary, instruction is something someone tells you to do. The second source is from Oxford Dictionary. Instruction is advice and information about how to do. And from the edu.com, instruction is the teaching of particular skills or subject. Actually, there are some points building friendly instruction. The first one is rewrite the imperatives of instructions as friendly as possible. The second one is appreciate, not judging. The third one is instruction is used to give friendly topic and provide media. And then we talk about holistic teaching. Based on Grauhaus 2001, he defined holistic teaching as pedagogical approaches that consciously attempt to promote students' learning and growth on levels but beyond the cognitive. And then he also states that incorporate diverse methods that engage students in personal exploration and help them connect course material to their own lives. And the teacher, our holistic teaching is help students clarify their own value and their sense of responsibility to others and society. Why we use holistic teaching? There are some reasons. The first reason is acknowledging and addressing students' emotional, moral, spiritual, and intellectual concern and struggles. The second point is viewing students as multifaceted people who have very active lives, rich background, and multiple intelligence. The third reason is engaging students in critical thinking, problem-based method. The fourth reason, providing a safe environment for students to express their ideas and feeling openly. And the last reason is eliminating such barriers to lasting learning as extreme power differences. This is the diagram about a multidimensional perspective of integration in holistic education. So it consists of cognitive, social, aesthetic, spiritual, corporal, and emotional. So the spirit of holistic education has cognitive, social, aesthetic, spiritual, corporal, and emotional. Actually, there are some teaching methods. The term teaching method refers to the general principles, pedagogy, and management strategies used for classroom instruction. Your choice of teaching method depends on what fits you, your educational philosophy, classroom demographic, subject areas, and school mission statement. Teaching theories can be organized into 4 categories based on 2 major parameters. The first is a teacher-centered approach versus a student-centered approach, and high-tech material use versus low-tech material use. So this is the diagram. And then what is the difference between approach, method, and technique? Based on Arturo Sanchez, a public educator for over 20 years, he states that method is a system of teaching that addresses a pedagogical approach to learning, emphasizes specific teaching strategies, and provides an organizational management plan to implement it. It can be direct instruction, project-based learning, and flipped classroom. Meanwhile, approach identifies how instructional material is presented, how students interact with the instruction, and how learning is assessed. The approach is often based on pedagogical theory or how students learn. There are some ways. The first is teacher-centered, student-centered, lecturer, and facilitator. And strategy is the activities the teacher uses often in a sequence to implement the lesson. In a program, strategies are often prescribed in a set sequence. However, teachers often change the activity or sequence based on how students demonstrate their understanding of the material as the lesson progresses. For example, teacher questions, student answers, or teacher question and student answer, and then collaborative learning with time or rubric. So teacher can use some strategies to teach the students. And then technique. It is commonly a series of steps or procedures a teacher uses to implement a strategy, approach, or method. Techniques are not always specific and are usually taught through professional development or coaching. The effectiveness of the technique depends on how it is taught by the coach and how it is practiced by the teacher. Actually, there are some applications can be used for teaching English. The first application is WebQuest. It is an internet-based technology application in which groups of students follow a specific set of steps toward the completion of a final project on a specific or multidisciplinary subject. The second application is BlendSpace. Wikispaces and TES Global will be building products together to make learning even more effective and fun. So this is the webquest.org from Bernie Dutch San Diego State University. This is the screen, yeah, about Quest Garden. So this is the Zunal.com. So you can make your teaching by using WebQuest and come to the website of webquest.org. So WebQuest is internet-based technology application using web-based for specific or multidisciplinary subject, and students follow a specific set of steps toward the completion of a final project. Why it is important? because it can develop students' critical thinking and problem-solving skill, and then develop students' social interaction skill in cooperative learning, and stimulate real-world situation. And also, the tasks require students' autonomous thinking. This is the Zunal.com. So, web quest for teaching English in Indonesia. The example of the web quest, and this is the example of Plan Space. You can sign up for a demo. So there is some instruction how to use Plan Space. The first is you can open access to internet on planspace.com, and then the second instruction is login by making an account, Gmail or Facebook. The third step is watch the lesson in poetry, it is the example, and then the sixth is try to make a new lesson, and the fifth step, find your partner and do work pair. I'm sorry, the fourth step is try to do the quiz individually. After that, the fifth step is find your partner and do work pair, and the last step is try to make a new lesson. So this is the screen. Let's get started and create your first lesson. And the benefits of using Plan Space. So visual way to present a concept of theme through a variety of media. And then Plan Space is great for flipping, personalizing, and differentiating instruction. Plan Space is an easy way to organize and combine content for your student to use. Besides Plan Space and web quest, some features in digital education can be quizzes, Edmodo, Google Classroom, Microsoft Teams, and podcasts. So I think that's all about perspective in education. Thank you very much for your watching, and see you next the next video. Goodbye, have a nice day. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.